Every once in a blue moon I'll hear, what's school in America like? And let me break it down for you. Now, of course, like higher education in England, it's all very independent. Of course, you can go to professors for help, you can go to your classmates for help, you can get all the advice and help you need. But generally, it's very independent. If you want to be left alone to do what you want, you're totally left alone. No one's going to be on your back, just do your thing. And I think the biggest difference is tests here are mostly multiple choice. So in theory, you can guess your way to an A. It's highly unlikely, but you can in theory. Now for me, school in this country is easy as hell, I won't even lie. But you gotta take that with a little salt bay. Let me tell you why. One, because of what I used to do in England. So in England, I done A-levels. For my non-English people, this is just the most common and dare I say respected or normal way to get into university. And it's just when you study 3 specific subjects in preparation to go to university. Now I won't even lie to you, I basically failed my A-levels. I got a C, I got a D and an E. C, D, E. I got the wrong side of the alphabet, like. However, a lot of what I actually learned in my A-levels is what I was learning in my first 2 years in America. So I basically didn't learn anything new. Whatever I learned in A-levels, I just got a recap when I came over here. 2, I would say my life balance in America is better. So during sixth form, I was going to school every day and you're in school for like 4, 5, 6 hours minimum. Well, that's what my sixth form was like anyways. And then I had 2 jobs. I was working in the weekend and I was coaching during the week. I was actually also coaching on the weekends. Then I was playing my own football on the side, if it's not even the side, but I was playing my personal ball a couple times a week. And then on top of that, I just wasn't a serious sixth form student. I won't even lie. There should have been times where I was revising and I was at basketball club. Anyway, my schedule was cluttered and I didn't make it any easier for myself. Whereas in this country, you're not at classes for as long. In my first school, I finessed it in a way that I only went to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. When I was out here, I wasn't really working also. And football goes hand in hand with your school schedule, innit? Instead of you have to balance the both, they go hand in hand. In England, I was kind of just doing school because I had to do school, whereas here, I'm doing school because school is part of what I want to do. So I guess I was more motivated to do it. And the last reason why school's easy for me is because of my major, I won't even lie. So right now, I study sports management. But the good thing about America is you don't need to pick your degree or your major straight away. In England, you pick your major from the beginning. But in America, you can actually be undecided for your first 2, maybe even 3 years. So that's what I was. For my first 2 to 3 years, I didn't have a major. I was just doing what they call gen ed classes. For my English people, those are just classes that every student needs to take for one reason or the other. And when it was time for me to pick a major, I almost picked history, fam. I almost picked history because I had an African American history class and that was easily the best class I've ever taken in college. It blew my mind. But then I eventually settled on, okay, what major can I do the best in with the least amount of work? My tips for school in America, and to be honest, you can apply these tips anywhere. The work isn't going to do itself. And this is probably the biggest one. A lot of people come to college, they get caught in the freedom, or they think this is like high school or secondary school where they can just not do anything and things will just magically appear. Nah. Now, depending on your major, you might not even have to study mad hard, but just do the work, isn't it? Go to class, listen, and do the work. If you do that, I promise you'll be fine, but you'll be surprised how many people do not do that. And then these same people would then be complaining, this professor's whack. Oh, this thing happened. There's always an excuse with these brothers. If you just do the work, you wouldn't have this issue. But everyone goes through a semester like that though. So it happens, innit? It happens to the best of us, don't worry. And this is something I need to work on, and I've got better at it, is if you need help, just ask for help, innit? Either ask some of your classmates, ask your friends, or just go to the professor, innit? Someone will always, if you're around half decent people anyway, I can't speak for everyone, but if you're around half decent people, you should always find a way. Someone will always be willing to help you in it. Just don't be that person that doesn't go to class, that doesn't do shit, and then they get shit grades and then they start complaining. That's school in America for you. If you're an English person trying to come to America, you're probably going to find school easy unless you pick some science major. In that case, may God bless you. If you're an American, you man's education system's kind of easy, I won't even lie. You man know the vibes. Big boy Coca, Mr. No Nonsense, British boy abroad, we out. Bird game.